the Millionaire Imprint for Women. This new radio show is about imprinting wealth for women, inspiring women of all ages to heal their karmic debts, to transcend the shame of poverty consciousness that women have lived with for centuries. It's time for women, for you, to have a new relationship with money, to radiate wealth from the inside out. We are creating a ripple effect, empowering millions of women to claim their inner wealth. Join Susan, Samantha, Momo, and Kornelia Fridays from 1 to 2 on the Kornelia Stephanie Show at Transformation Talk Radio. Are you in?
Love that. That's so good.
Are you in? Welcome to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, the Millionaire Imprint for Women. I'm with my co-host, Susan Glavin. Welcome to the show, Susan.
Hi, everybody. Oh, I'm so excited to be here. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about energy leaks. And what came to me about that as I was doing my Kundalini practice this morning, which I've been doing regularly since January. And the thought that came in as I was doing this was, just in the last year or so, I've really noticed and realized the presence of my energy. Okay, and that's been doing this practice. I've had moments of knowing, feeling what that's like, having a relationship with the energy flowing through my body and the vibration. But I realized that there are some people that don't have that experience or have not had that experience in their bodies yet or realize what that is. So I thought that I would talk a little bit about that before I go into how we leak energy, because some people may not know what the heck I'm talking about. So, and one of the ways that I know for me that really helps me get that relationship with my body, with the vibration, with the power and energy that's flowing through my body, there are several things that I've done throughout my life. Lately, as I said, is the Kundalini yoga, which I find very powerful. There's Tai Chi, there's Qigong, there's ecstatic dance, and there's like just putting on good music in your house and dancing away and starting to feel and start to build that relationship with your energy, with you, the vibration of your body. So, there are several ways you can do that, which I just mentioned. But I think it's really important for people because I've noticed in my sessions with people aren't fully present in their energy, in the vibration of their bodies. So, and I know when I'm talking to people, a lot of people, their energy field will be up in their head. It's all up in here and they haven't fully integrated or grounded into their bodies to even feel the energy that they are, the power that they have. So I just kind of wanted to speak to that a little bit first so you can kind of be aware of that if you're not, that it's important to just notice that you are energy, that you are this amazing vibration, and that you radiate that out into the world. So before we start about, talking about leaking it, let's just, take a minute and really, feel that. And one thing that I do a lot of time is just put my hand on my heart. It's amazing when you just touch the body in different areas like your heart or your gut. It starts to bring that attention into the body, into you having that relationship with your power. And
yes. I love that. And I love because in order to have a relationship with your energy, everything is about relationship because we're talking about value. We're talking about power. We're talking about honoring. We're talking about life force, right? So Susan, you're going to be taking callers today on the show. I want to let all the callers know that want to call in because you're going to be taking them through a process. So it's like having a coach on call. Yeah. And so I want everybody to call in at 1-800-839-20. 930-2819, 930-2819. Call in and get into the queue. And Susan's going to take you through a process. If you have a question, I'm sure that you really submit anything, and she'll be able to assist you in claiming your power. So I love that you're starting to talk about this, about really how to develop a relationship.
Yes, with that energy, because one of the things I talk about in modern day mastery, because it's about self-mastery, and it's about, how are you using your energy and power in the world? Again, are you adding to life? Are you adding to your life? Are you adding to your family's life, your community, the world, or are you taking away? And I think it's really important that we start to really discover, how are you using your energy, your power, your vibration in the world? So, and one of the things that I've discovered and is really a powerful exercise, and anyone who would like to have all the questions that I'm going to read off, I'd be happy to send those to you. And even the structure for support for this particular exercise, you can email me and I'll be happy to get that to you.
Okay, give us the email.
Susan@susanglavin.com. So this is it's so powerful, I think. And I was at first going to start addressing it just particularly about money. And then I realized, no, money's a big, energy, and so are we. And I think it's important that we really take a look at all areas of our life and see where we're depleting our energy. So that's what this is about. And, when we're walking around in life and say you feel, depleted, your energy's depleted. You're walking around unfocused and confused, and you're just kind of scattered. We've all had that feeling where we just, get up in the morning, you're like, what's going on? And I'm telling you, one of the reasons that is because we're leaking energy. We're leaking our powerful, potent energy in areas of our life that we're not taking care of. And one of those, I have this fabulous list here. And so what I'd like everyone to just kind of think about is, how are your relationships? And I mean your relationships with you, your relationships with your family, maybe your lovers, your friends, whatever. So are there areas in your life where you're like, you need to have a communication with someone and you're withholding your communication? And it was so great. We just had this example this morning because it was so great. I want to appreciate that. Kornelia called me this morning because she had a request of me. And so we had this great dialogue, and it was so wonderful because we got that cleaned up before we got onto the call. And what I want you to know is, when you don't have the courage to have those conversations that you need with those people that you love, is that energy, you bring that with you, and it interferes with your relatability with someone else. So that was so perfect. I thought, well, how perfect is that? We just had, she called, we had the conversation, and it was cleared. And that's what I'm talking about. When in relationship, who do you need to have a conversation with that you keep, feeling afraid to have it with them? You're concerned about what they're going to think or what they're going to do. And I know it takes courage. It takes tremendous courage to have those conversations, especially the ones, that have been a long time coming. Like you've been putting them off, and it keeps building. The energy keeps building, and you keep leaking it. Every time you think about that person, like you dump a cup of your energy.
Yeah.
That beautiful energy field.
Yeah.
That's one of the areas that I was talking about. And then, so let's talk about finances. Okay, let's talk about finances. It was so funny on the way in today, I noticed in my cup holder in my car, there was a penny there that has been there for a while. And I thought, wow, okay, so I actually picked that penny up and put it in my wallet. So it's like, are we being respectful of our money? Mm-hmm. Or do you throw it in your purse, and there's a bunch of change in the bottom of your purse? Are you really respecting your money? Do you owe people money and you're not taking care of that?
That's a big one.
That's a big one. That it's so huge. That is such a huge one. And do people owe you money? That's even bigger, because I know people who go, well, I just I wrote it off. Well, no, don't write it off, because I guarantee you that's affecting your ability to generate and receive money.
Yeah.
Take care of that.
Yeah.
And it was so great. My son, I owed him like $5,000. And I kept thinking, oh, I'm just going to get a big chunk of money and pay him. And that big chunk wasn't coming, right? It was a chunk of money rolling in. And he was so awesome. I just love him so much. And we were doing our Kundalini practice one morning. He walked up to me, he goes, Mom, he goes, you know that money you owe me? And I was like, oh, I go, and I was so grateful, that he had the courage to bring it up. And he said, do you think we could work out? And it was so awesome. So we worked out a payment plan, and I almost got him paid off. And
Yay!
I have no idea how wonderful that is, and how wonderful that feels, and how I've been able to receive more opportunities, more abundance, more doors are opening because I started cleaning up those energy leaks. Because when I would be with my son, or I would think about it, pile of energy, I'd go to meet with him, and I'd think about that. That would be the first thing I think about, leaking energy. It's like, God, and now it's like I see him, and it's like, hi, love, how are you? And we have, that's out of the way.
Yeah, it's really cleaning up the energy, isn't it? And I thought this was really interesting because here we are today, but when you and I met way back when, I met you when you were a millionaire.
Yes, we did.
I met you when you were a millionaire. And at that point in time, like the story that you told the other day when we had this amazing show, by the way, and if you haven't listened to the last show that we all the women did on the Millionaire Imprint together, you want to go to my Facebook. I just posted it there to make it easy for you to get that show. Because if you want to be inspired, you have got to watch that show. It was incredible. We were on Dr. Pat Radio, KKLW, and we were there, and it was an amazing show. Susan was talking about how she was a millionaire and she was out shopping, and when she came home, she put the bags down and she was saying, now I have to put all this stuff away.
I think I said something else, but yeah, you said it a lot nicer than I did. Yeah, and that's when I realized, oh my word.
Yeah.
What am I doing with this abundance that I have in my life? So that's why my piece, of course, is Wealthy Women on Purpose.
Yeah, and it's beautiful because, since that time you were a millionaire and then you became a non-millionaire.
Like
overnight. And now you are back to the Millionaire Imprint, but from a strong spiritual practice and knowing the value that you are, first of all, and the value that money is, and knowing the value that relationships are. And now you're treating it in such a different way than you did before. And I think that's what we're all learning how to do, is really to value our energy, to value this time and space, that how we're relating, right?
Exactly. That was such an amazing experience. Boy, I'll tell you, from being, a multi-millionaire and then a multi-not millionaire pretty much overnight. And at one point having $5.55 in my bank account. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't change a minute of those years, that experience that I went through, because boy, it just deepened who I am. It deepened my compassion for other people who are challenged and are struggling. And it just made me, it made me an awesome person. It made me be more of who I am and more authentic and, just a really kind and generous person, which I thought I was before, but I guess not enough. So,
well, you know what? You're one of the most generous people that I've ever met in my life. And I mean that. You're generous with your love, with your money, with your time, with your kindness, with who you are. And that is Susan Glavin. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Janet Hickox, and I want to tell you a little story about a story, and how my friend Kornelia Stephanie helped me through to the other end of that story. I have gone from the dark of a story I was telling myself that wasn't true to the light of optimism to see my way out of where I was and to where I want to go. And it all started with her scheduling a session for me to help me reclaim my money or my financial empowerment. Up until that point, I had been telling the story that my business was dying, that my business was not successful anymore. And the more I tried to figure out what was going on, the worse I felt about it. And when I had to get ready to do the session with Kornelia, she asked me to go look at the numbers and where I was through the year to date, and then also to come prepared with a number that I wanted to raise my income to. Well, I was quite comfortable with that part, right? I knew where I wanted to be. What I wasn't comfortable with doing is going and looking up those numbers, but I made myself do it, even though I tried to backpedal my way out of the session. She didn't know that, but I was going to try to get myself out of the session. And I looked up those numbers, and it was incredible that I discovered through that process that my business wasn't dying. In fact, I was doing 12% better than I had the year before. So I was shocked. I was shocked literally at the power of the story that I had been telling for months. But more than that, I was shocked that I had allowed myself to get there. And later in that day when I had my session with Kornelia, she pointed out some very obvious things, like, how are you going to get where you want to go if you don't know where you want to go? How are you going to get there if you don't have the goals written out, if you don't have it set up so that you know where you are and where you're going to go? Totally makes sense, right? I had been in business, somebody else's business, as a sales manager for years, and I was a national sales manager. I had awards for sales management. I had business awards because of numbers. And yet when it came to doing my own business, I totally forgot all that I'd ever learned. So by the time Kornelia, working with me in just one session, got me to look deeper at the numbers and where did I want to go, and actually, claiming where I wanted to go, I was filled with a sense of optimism and hope like you can't believe. It was like everything shifted for me. And I am so looking forward to our continued sessions to see how far I can really push myself to get where I've only dreamed of being, where I've never taken the dream and actually brought it into concrete existence. So thank you, Kornelia, for the work that you're doing out there. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to see where I go from here.
We're talking about generosity, value, and energy, taking responsibility for our energy leaks. And we have a caller in the queue that wants to talk to Susan. But I want to tell everybody, write this number down and call us at 1-800-930-2819 and propose your questions to Susan, and she'll take you and answer any of the questions that you have. So who's our caller on the call today that wants to talk to Susan?
We have Rochelle from Florida. Rochelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi.
Oh, hi, beautiful. How are you?
Well, I got to share this. Listening to the both of you and knowing Susan, and I knew her when she had all that money. I didn't know her until one day I had a call with her that she didn't. But money kind of was always my issue in life, coming from that, and worked on it for 43 years and coaching 18 years and doing shadow work and all this stuff. And what I noticed when I was listening to you, my whole thing is 5 years down, 3 hip replacements, and then I got this beautiful workshop that God gave me, and it's called The Soul of a Woman. And it's about acceptance, love of self, others, gratitude, and celebration. And when I asked God, what is my purpose here? And when I heard the voice say, you're here to teach love, and I went, you got to be kidding me. And I got it. It's that I needed to nurture and really rebirth myself and mother myself because I didn't have it. So long story short, this workshop is so beautiful, and I have video testimonials, but I keep on changing the prices. And I'm listening to you guys now, and I just got something that the reason that I keep on changing it is that I came from money. My ex-husband, he made it, he lost it, made it, he lost it, made it, he lost it. And I'm looking at why I keep on changing my prices too. Like I have it, I lose it. I have it, I lose it. And there's something in this for me. Because I would start out, let's say, for a full day workshop from 9:30 to 4:30 with an hour break, and I started charging $159 because people really didn't know me. Now I spoke with a group of women and they asked me, could you lower it? So I figured if you give me 10 people, I will. Now that I'm doing another workshop in another facility, which is a yoga studio, and someone said, people that go to yoga don't pay money. And I don't want to believe that because I do believe that that can't be so. There's always if I'm in alignment, then I'm going to gravitate the right people. So I keep on fluctuating back and forth. And the price now that I want to bring forth is that for a full day to basically have it for $359 and then like an early bird. You can tell I'm from Florida. The early bird is for $259. But I just don't know what to do. It's like, is there the fear that I will not have the people? And I think that could be. Am I in the wrong places? But I ask God to give me the people, give me the places. So I'm now listening. And something else came up. If I have 1 second just to show you my background, is that when I was doing shadow work with Debbie Ford in 1995, we would do a lot of processes. One of my processes were I was standing in a very poor neighborhood, and I was wearing a black diamond mink coat in Florida and high boots, leather boots, and I had a sign, I need money. And that was some dichotomy. And I remember Debbie saying, this woman lives on the beach in a townhouse, and this is where she is. So I've worked through a lot of layers, but there's still something. So I'm going to, you know a lot about me, so I'm just going to let it go and see what you hear for me. I'm open.
I love it. Thank you, honey. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yes, I've been there. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's so amazing because the course that I just did the first time, it, was...
It's hard for me to hear you, Sue.
Is it hard? You can't hear me?
Either you're not close to the mic.
Can you hear me now, honey?
I can hear you.
A little bit better.
Is that better?
Now I can.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to lean forward. So I just raised mine. Okay, let me tell you why. It's because I know with every fiber of my being and my soul that it is valuable, that I am valuable, this work is valuable, and it's time to bring it out into the world. And I know you know this, and I'll tell you a little story it's really about your value, and God gave you this. This came through to you to deliver to the world. And let me tell you what, you need to be supported in every way, financially, all the resources you need to bring, whatever gifts you have to bring to the world. You need to be supported 100% in all arenas of your life. I had a client come into me, and he's a producer of music, and he's amazing. And he's just the best guy. He's just high integrity, and he's just awesome. I just love him. And he was telling me, well, there's a gal that wants me to produce some music for her, but she wants a deal. She wants me to do it for this. And I said, don't you dare. So I said, do not compromise. Do not underestimate the value of your work. I said, you stand firm on the number that you gave her. And he was like, okay. He came in again and he said, oh my gosh. He said, she called me like a week later and said, okay, I'm ready. I'm not only do I need to do that one, but I need to do another one. And then he had a young group in LA call him and send him like 10 grand to just start producing some of their work. So do you see what I mean? When you stand firm in the gift you've been given and who you are, love, it will, and it is, and don't listen. I'm getting a little fired up here.
I get it.
Listen, love, don't listen to other people's opinions. Okay. That's their belief system, and it's okay. You can honor it. Don't look outside yourself for answers that you know. Okay. This is about mastery. And I know you're a master. Mm-hmm. We're all masters. Some of us forgot it. So I would say to you, stand firm. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, make sure you charge enough. You make sure you're taken care of. You make sure that you have everything that you need so you can fully be present and deliver this beautiful gift to the world. Hell yes.
Hell yes.
Hell yes. Right.
Hell yeah.
Hell
So
to the
really,
yes.
it's really meditating on the price, feeling if that's the correct price.
So just decide on a price and go with it.
Okay.
Decide. You're going back. Do you see how you're doubting back and forth?
I know.
Get your
Yes.
number and go with it. Boom. Just go with it, honey. Stay focused. This is the number. And when the doubt comes in, love it up. Give it a little love. Acknowledge it. Say, yes, I see you. But guess what? Here's where I'm going with this. Here's where I'm directing my energy and focus. This is the number. This is what people come. When you start to own your total value and what you're giving to the world, my love, you're radiating. Yeah. Remember, it's your radiance that they're getting. Okay?
Because I also have to split a 70-30 split too. So I want to make sure I come out with, that I feel like I'm worth all of this.
You are worth all of it. And everybody's going to get that and more from being in your course. Is it worth that much, or is it worth more than that? I would say it's probably worth more than that.
Oh, you're probably right.
Okay, so
I guess the fear for me is that people don't know who I am in these different places. And I think that's the holdup for me. It's like if I charge this, they don't even know me.
So if there's 2 people there that show up, deliver your course. You hear what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, she's going to support it by sending it out to her people, and we'll do videos.
So what's your intent, love? What's your intent? Intent is very
as far as what now? The price or the people? Huh?
The people. How many people?
I want at least 10 to 15 people.
Okay, 10 to 15 people. Paid in full.
And I really would like to charge. I know you're saying more, but this is where I stumble. I stumble in this.
Okay, and you're stumbling in the charge. So what's the number that comes to you? Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Just close your eyes. I want you to take some deep breaths. I want you to bring your energy all the way down, and I want you to shoot. I want you to actually push your aura down into the earth. I want you to breathe, and I want you to push it. When you exhale your breath, love, I want you to push your aura down into Mama Nature. Because we really need to bring our energy into form, okay, and the things that we want to into form, and we need to make sure we're deeply rooted into Mother Nature so that can come to fruition. Now I want you to put your hand on your heart, and I want you to put your hand on your gut, which is also another beautiful brain that we have. That you've heard, I had a gut feeling. That's where I want you to go. I want you to go in there, and I just want you to take some deep breaths. And I want you to allow for a number to come that feels good to you, that feels right, that feels yummy, and it's the perfect number for you to charge 10 to 15 participants that are going to be doing the soul of a woman.
I got 453.
All right. There you go, 453 with your early bird, and then whatever your early bird is, and then roll with that. And I just have a little.
So it'll be 453. What, honey?
And I have another thing that I would like to recommend that I love, but you don't have to. But when I always give a scholarship to someone for each one of my courses.
Yes, I do that.
Excellent. That's such a beautiful thing to do. Yeah. So you
it is.
You play in that. You play in that number. You put it up, because I'm telling you, you stand firm in that, girlfriend. And I'm telling you, the women that are ready for this will be there.
So I got 353 as an early bird.
Great. So write it down. Are you just stand there?
I did.
Okay, good. There you go.
I did. Well, I'm a millionaire.
Yes.
Hallelujah, baby.
Rochelle, millionaire me too. Millionaire me too. That's what you want to say. Millionaire me too. And
Millionaire me too.
Millionaire me too. And it's done. It's a done deal. Your workshop is a done deal. Ask for that price. We're both going to hold this energy with you, and we see this done because your win is our win.
Thank you.
Your
Amen.
win,
Thank you.
Your win is our win. Bottom line. And so that's it. That's what we're holding. And we want you to call back and celebrate your success with us.
I absolutely will. It would be my honor.
And love, I want one more thing. I want you to really speak this into existence. Okay, I want you to speak your work. I want you to share with people your work and how magnificent it is. And Stan, the more you speak it into existence, the more that you bring that listening into other people, they will look at you and go, wow, this woman is a master here, and she has amazing work to offer. I'm going to tell some of my other friends too.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Got
Rochelle, you're rocking
Thank
it.
you.
You're gonna get this. This is the once and final new beginning for you. Totally seeing this, and it's wonderful, wonderful claiming. Because, like I said, you win, we win, and it's a ripple effect for all of us. Thank you for doing the good work. You're listening to the Kornelia Stephanie Show. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Charlene Hess, and I want to share with you my wonderful experience of choosing to use Kornelia Stephanie as my life coach. My life is so different now from where it was when I began working with her in 2011. At that time, I was in a dysfunctional marriage. I had my own business. I was raising 2 children and completely dead inside. After working with Kornelia, I began to gain confidence. I began to learn and understand how to use my emotions in my life. I learned how to process the emotions that were stored in my body, the ones that I thought that I had already worked through in my 12 years of counseling prior to working with her. The process that she had taken me through of using my emotions to heal my life, to use my anger to find peace, was absolutely incredible. I have been working with her one-on-one for many years now, and even though I am in a place now where I am thriving in my life, I still refer to Kornelia as my coach, and I still work with her on an ongoing basis where we're always checking in and keeping me accountable in my growth. After working with her for many years, I decided to go through her wholeness certification coaching program, and it has absolutely been an amazing process. I now am a certified empowerment coach, and I got certified through her program, and I am taking clients and helping them to find the empowerment in their lives. One of the things that I love about Kornelia is that she taught me that I am the authority in my own life. And that was a really difficult experience to go through because it was really fighting against all of the dogma and programming that was so ingrained in my brain that all of the authority is outside of me. But as I began to understand and believe and adopt and know the truth that I am the authority in my life is when everything in my life started to shift and change. I became responsible for my decisions. I became responsible for creating a life that I love. And now I'm here in this amazing, beautiful place, living a life of so much happiness and joy. And no matter what life throws at me, I have the tools to be able to approach everything from a place of empowerment. And now I have the ability to help other people do the same. So working with Kornelia has absolutely been the best decision that I've ever made in my life. It has taken me from a life of absolute misery and given me the tools to be able to have a life of absolute complete joy. So I cannot recommend working with her enough. I hope that you decide to choose to have her as your coach. Go through her empowerment coaching program, go through her wholeness certification, and I guarantee you won't regret it.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, and we're talking with Susan. And Susan is supporting everyone to seal their energy leaks and take responsibility for their energy. Thank you, Rochelle, for calling in. And I just want to affirm again that your win is our win, that, you know, your success is our success because of the good work that you're doing on the planet. So we absolutely see you succeeding and delivering your workshop and you being paid your value and your worth. And so anybody else that wants to call into the show to speak to Susan, the number is 1-800-930-2819. Give us a call and let us take you through a process. So Susan, let's talk about some of the free gifts that people are getting today, the free giveaway that you have.
Yes, the giveaway that I have, so this particular piece about, you know, cleaning up your energy leaks, I have this fabulous information all dialed in for you so you can ask the questions. They're all lined up. There's also this beautiful structure for support for you in doing this and completing, actually clearing up these energy leaks. And I highly, highly recommend, I know I do this in my course, that you partner with someone, or like 3 or 4 or 5 women, get a little group of women together and do this list together. And then you're going to support each other on cleaning that up. And you set up support calls. It's really beautiful. And you will be amazed. I mean, amazed that when you start to clean up the list, how much energy you will have. You will be amazed at what starts happening to your energy field and what starts opening up for you in your life. I think this is probably one of the most important starting points for anyone that is really wanting to actually experience the life that they're born to live, honestly. Yeah. So part of this is, you know, when I talked about, you know, your relationship with money, what's happening, and it's like, do you owe taxes? That's another big one for people. You know, they put off taxes, and then there's those things like, you know, things that you've been wanting to do. Let's say you wanted to take an art class or a cooking class, or you wanted to start working out, but you keep putting it off. And then every time you think about it, you go, God, I still haven't done that. And I feel so bad. And you notice how you kind of just, your energy goes, you're just depleting yourself, because then you start, you know, it's that conversation you have about yourself. See, I'm so bad. I can't do anything. La, 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 la. So those things that you really want to do that you keep putting off that are so important. Because I tell you, if you start doing things that you love, let's say that your job may not be what you want it to be right now. It's not like the ideal career that you have. But I guarantee you, if you start to do things, say art class, cooking class, dance class, something that's creative that you love, that you've wanted to, I can guarantee you that energy will ripple out over into your career and things will start shifting for you there also. So energy is energy is energy, and it goes everywhere. It infiltrates every area of our life. So that's what's so important. And I know that when you start making this list, you can be a little like, oh my God, my list is so long. Or some people will go, oh, this is so exciting. I'm so excited to get it out of my head onto a piece of paper. So you're going to have different feelings and emotions about this. And that's why I say, get a buddy, get a girlfriend, you know, boyfriend, whatever, and do this list together. And then what you want to do when you get, you know, when you got everything down, and it could be long and it could be short, it just depends. One that I have right now is, I signed up a couple of weeks ago at a gym. I do my Kundalini yoga, but I felt like I needed a little more, you know, cardio and some other things. Well, I haven't been yet. So I'm like, okay, so you got to get to the, you know, so I'm like, okay. And I keep thinking about that. Every time I think about it, I'm like, okay, so why did you sign up for that? I'm having that little chatter. So my commitment is to definitely do that. Another thing that I need to take care of is I have all these files on my computer that need to be cleaned up from years ago. And so I'm actually, when I get off this call, I'm actually going to call my tech gal that's going to help me do that. Yeah. And yeah, so there's these little things that I'm always consciously, okay, you're leaking energy here, honey. So take action on that. It's even as simple as like, you'll come home to your house and you'll see something like a dusty table or something, you'll go, I'm like, I get a rag out and I go over it and I clean it up, because I know if I don't, I'll keep looking over there and going, see, you need to take care of that. See, you need to take care of that. So it's so important to just have this beautiful radiance, our beautiful divine energy, solid.
Absolutely.
When you got this going on, boy, well, first of all, you're really clear about what you do want to create in your life. It's not leaking out all these things that you're not taking care of, from getting your oil changed or your tires changed or getting your teeth cleaned that you're not doing. So do you see all the areas of your life, like taking clothes back that still have the tags on them that are bags in your closet. And we can all relate to this. It's like, oh my gosh, and you're just dumping energy everywhere. And no wonder by the time you walk out the door, you're like, hell, I have no energy. I'm already tired, right?
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to getting the list. What is the list? I'm a list person. I love the list. Tell us the list, Susan.
So the list is just the list of different questions that you're going to go over. Okay. There are a list of questions you're going to answer, and they're going to get really clear. You're going to get your list down, from all the questions. Then you're going to number them 1 to 3. Okay. 1 being high priority, like this one really sucks the energy right out of me, right? That one. And so number them 1, 2, and 3 in priority. Okay. Once you get that down, then you go, okay. Then you set up your calls, your support calls with your friends, the people that are going to support you. And I think this is a really key part. Sometimes we need accountability, because we get that list and then sometimes we fall back into the old patterns. Okay. Yeah. So this is really about you being accountable and having someone be accountable for you supporting someone else in doing the thing. And then you have a weekly call. And you say, and it doesn't have to be more than 10 minutes. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this is how it goes. Here are the things. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to do these 3 things this week. And that person will write them down. Okay. Got it. What are yours? Boom, boom, boom this week. Okay, great. And you get and then I'm telling you, before the week's over, you are getting that stuff done. I bet. Sure that when you get on the call the next week, you have got it done. And now, if you don't get it done, that doesn't mean you're bad and wrong, okay? That means you need to put it back on the list. But I'll tell you what's going to happen. When you start doing them and you start crossing them off, you are going to be so freaking excited about life and what's possible for you and how much energy you have to put towards the things that you really want to do.
So how is it that people can get a hold of these questions?
Okay, so just email me at susan@susanglavin.com, and I will joyously get you the list so that you can have these for your team. And get your team. That would be so awesome. I'd love to hear about it. That'd be so awesome.
Wonderful. And Susan, are you taking any clients right now? Do you have availability in your schedule for clients?
Yes, I actually have the Modern Day Mastery courses November 2nd and 3rd, and I do take one-on-one self-mastery sessions, and they're very organic in nature, and it's truly about me supporting you in your own mastery. Okay.
And how can people find out about that?
You can go to susanglavin.com, and it's all there.
Wonderful. I just love talking to you about all of this. I'm so glad that you're bringing your abundant wealth and wisdom to this call and educating and supporting others in cleaning up their energy leaks. We're getting ready to take another break at the Kornelia Stephanie Show. We'll be right back.
My name's Bob Skeel. I'm 91 years old, and I want to take a few minutes now to share with you the important role, actually the critical role, Kornelia has played in my life. I say critical because I'm not sure I'd be alive at all to the many possibilities that make up our human experience at my age, if not for her. I could have easily become another dead man walking, only half conscious, stumbling through my remaining years, if it hadn't been for Kornelia. 6 years ago, I lost my wife to Alzheimer's. We'd been married for 61 years. I never thought I'd be a widower, but there I was, suddenly lost and alone, but with the good sense to set a working goal for myself. I was going to spend the rest of my life committed to unconditional love, whatever that meant and wherever that took me. A year or so later, Kornelia came along, helping me over several years to focus that unconditional love where it had never been focused before, on me. My whole life, my entire being had been focused on love of neighbor, and I had derived great satisfaction from that. But in the process, I had ignored the second part. I love your neighbor as yourself. Now it was time to direct that love inward. I didn't see that right away, but Kornelia did, and she drew me there. She drew me actually to God. Through many conversations over coffee and after numerous, sometimes tearful, agonizing discussions, Kornelia was able to lead me, kicking and screaming, to within where I needed to be. It was there finally that I was able to re-identify myself. It was in bringing unconditional love to myself that I now saw myself in a new light, a fully conscious, worthy human being, capable of healing, loving, and creating in my own right all these gifts of the evolutionary process. I'm a new man now, younger as I get older. I don't move as fast as I once did, of course, but my smile is quicker and I engage the heart and mind of others more readily. I would likely not be at such a wonderful stage in my life if not for Kornelia. I owe my new life to her, a wonderful friend and a constant source of inspiration. Thank you, Kornelia.
Welcome back to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, everyone. It's been a fabulous show today. I'm so excited. And this is Susan Glavin, and I'm here. I've been talking about our energy leaks and how to seal up those leaks. And I've given you a beautiful list of questions to ask yourself so that you can start writing down those areas in your life that you're leaking that juicy, powerful energy, and how to seal those up and how to get support in doing that. Because sometimes these lists can be like overwhelming at first, but I'm telling you, get your support, start crossing off those things. And every time you do it, you're going to be like truly elated with yourself. And you're going to start noticing how powerful you are, truly how powerful you are, and how good it feels to have integrity around all those things in your life that you've been putting off, that have just been sucking the life right out of you. So, and one thing that's really, really, really important, I think, as you're doing this and you're gathering, hopefully gathering with your friends or partner to have your accountability partner where you're going to support each other, because really we're in a time right now on the planet where it's all about connection. It's all about support. It's all about empowerment. So that energy is available to you to really just use as you do this. And then one of the most important things is as you clean up these energy leaks and start taking on these tasks that have been depleting you so much in your life, and you start getting your focus and energy back, you need to celebrate those. That is like such a key piece. Make sure you, celebrate your buddies and what you guys are doing. And I say you can do it every week where you just do something special for yourself. And then when, you get it all done, everybody's got their energy leaks almost all cleaned up. You have a celebration, you have a dinner, you get away, you plan something together where you could really celebrate each other, thank each other for your support and all, just the journey that you've been on. And then what you're going to notice is you're going to start having a conversation about, what do I want to create in my life now? Now that I have this focus, this vibrancy about me, this clarity in my life that I didn't have before, what do I want to do with that? What do I want to create? What do I want to bring forth? And there's nothing more powerful than when you get a group of people that are in a conversation about creation and what's important for you. What's your beautiful expression in the world? What do you want to experience? What do you want to create? What fulfills you? What does success mean to you? So that is beautiful. And then who knows, it's infinite possibility from here forward. And then another thing, once you discover those things, and it doesn't have to be this huge, course or life-changing anything. It'd be one thing that you want to create and bring forth, something simple that is important to you. And what I would say about that is, and when you start to do that, the momentum, the doors were going to start opening, the resources will start coming. You will be amazed at the unlimited possibilities of you, and what you're here to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, really, I'm just going to say this. We're all masters here. You may not know that yet. You may not remember that yet, but we got front row seats to this show. So I want you to play in it, like full out. But first of all, clean up your energy, okay? Get it cleaned up, get it focused, get it ready to go.
Yeah, look at everything, right? So that you can really see what area of your life needs focus, needs attention, and that you can really be in mastery of taking responsibility of your own life force. Yes. So these are wonderful practical tools that you've developed, and that of what it is that how you're living your life, and then you teach other people too in your mastery course. And do you want to tell us that information again, when that course is available?
Yes, that course is in Vancouver, Washington, and that's happening November 2nd and 3rd. And it's very experiential. This is not about having a new set of belief systems, okay? This is not that. It's really about you experiencing your power and your energy, and exactly how you're using it in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That is powerful.
Yeah. And that people can find that out on your website at susanglavin.com.
Yes, it's all there.
Yeah. And then your free gift today is the list on what you can do to get started with the energy leaks. Yes. They can email you at susanglavin.com and get the list.
They get the list, and then the beautiful structure that's all set up to support each other. It's very simple, but it's nice to have a container to do this work in, because then you're not, again, leaking energy. You're really focused on, this is what we're doing. This is what we want to create. This is our goal. Here's our project. Let's do it. So it's a beautiful structure for you to do that and to accomplish everything on your list.
Yeah. And I just love all the tools and everything that you shared, because again, this is part of the Millionaire Imprint, the Millionaire Imprint for Women, that is really supporting you and your foundation to experience financial empowerment in your life. And it doesn't matter if you want to be a millionaire or not, but to really know what the value is with all areas of your life, whether that is with your money, in your relationships. It doesn't matter, because it's all energy and it's all related. So, Susan, you're going to be on once a month for the next 3 months. Yes. So this was
Friday, the third Friday of the month from 1 to 2 o'clock. And it's going to be fun, you guys. And I call in because I love to interact with people and really support them and wherever they're at. It's very organic, and I love that. I love connecting with people. So call in. I'm nice. I'm safe. I probably
And you're spreading love and peace in the world. I saw this morning you put a post on about your dad, Joe Pedro, and he's the love and peace rock guy. And would you believe that 8 years ago I came to Vancouver and I interviewed your dad? So here you are 8 years later on the Kornelia Stephanie Show. Wow. What a glorious experience. Wow. Hello.
Oh, he was today, honey. I'll tell you, he was here today because I talked to him this morning. So
absolutely. So many blessings to everybody. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in. Susan Glavin, thank you for your wisdom and your generosity. And we'll see you again next week on the Kornelia Stephanie Show with Momo Yasutake. We'll see you next time. Namaste.
Thanks so much for being part of creating wealth for all women. Every Friday, you benefit from the experience of women who share their financial wisdom. This movement is not about accumulating wealth. It's about being paid doing what we love, being able to invest in the things women are passionate about. Our new collective story is women are powerful with money. Becoming financially literate is the key to your empowerment and financial freedom. For more information, go to KorneliaStephanie.com.